Welcome to my talk today. My name is Josef from Wyngaard, Technical Manager from Foodmo Feeds. And today we're going to talk about creep feed for lambs. So to kick off, let's just ask the question, why is creep feeding so important? Well, firstly, it's just to unlock the full production potential of the lamb. And that comes with several benefits, such as you wean a heavier lamb, more or less 3 to 12 kilograms heavier. You wean earlier, that's mostly due to the improved average daily gain and your feed conversion rate, that's improved. And then also you're reducing weaning stress. So the lamb is already adapted for the feedlot environment. And then also we can add feed additives where you can control coccidiosis, and then you have less mortalities, you have a higher weaning percentage, and then also a higher profit margin at the end of the day. You're also saving on the EU's body condition score, so you spend less time and less feed on the ewe to get her ready or to prepare for the next production cycle. And then of course there's a huge return on investment of at least 2 even to 3 to 1 that you get back there at the end of the day. Now the other question is usually, when do I start with creep feed? Yeah, well, as soon as possible. I would say the first 7 to 10 days at least. And then if you look at your intensive sheep farming systems where the ewes lamb in lambing pens, then usually I start with creep feed as soon as the ewe and the lamb moves out of the pen. And then how do you adapt the lamb to this new environment? Well, you use the ewe's feed trough to initially attract the lamb, and from there on the lamb just goes on adapted to the new environment. If we look at some creep pen dimensions, you'll see the opening in width is usually between 20 to 25 centimeters, or even smaller if you've got thin ewes with the lambs. And then your height of the opening is usually about 40 to 50 centimeters. And then you need to ensure there's enough feeding space in the creep pen of at least 2.5 centimeters up to 5 centimeters per lamb. And expected intakes usually for the first 2 weeks as little as 3 to 5 grams per day, and that can go up to 80 to 100 grams per day within the first month. And then in the second month you can look at intakes of about 550 grams per day, and in total over a 3 months period a single lamb can take in between 15 to 25 kilograms of creep feed over a 3-month period. Now the recommended lamb creep feed should be as follows. So you have a grain component, that's your energy component, of 550 kilograms. So that could be milled maize or whole small grains. And then you've got your concentrate, your Voermol Ss200, included at 150 kilograms. Your Footable Procon 33, that's also your HPC, that's a high protein concentrate, also 150 kilograms. And then I usually include 100 kilograms of milled lucerne as well as 40 kilograms of Voermol molasses meal. Now the latter is usually just to increase the palatability as well as the smell of the creep feed. So it attracts the lambs on an early age so that they can start feeding as soon as possible. And then we look at a total protein of about 16%, bypass protein 40%, and then an energy component of around about 12.5 megajoules. Now more about the product. We mentioned Foodmo Ss200 and Foodmo Procon 33. Let's first have a look at Foodmo Ss200. So this product is registered with the Animal Feed Act as a protein concentrate for ruminants with the registration number V8592. And the uses includes the mixtures of a lamb creep feed as mentioned now, and then also lamb feedlot rations or background rations where you actually background the lamb on pasture systems, preparing it for feedlot purposes. And then also ram feed, a supplement or a full feed, we'll look into that later on. And then also you can make calf meals with Foodmo Ss200 for the dairy industry. Now Foodmo Ss200 contains various natural protein sources, giving it a total of 33% protein content, total protein content, of which only 66.3% is derived from NPN. Now NPN, that's your non-protein nitrogen, so that's usually urea. So it only contains 2/3 of urea in the package. It also contains ample micro and trace minerals, as well as high levels of vitamin A, which is very important on low quality roughages. And some more advantages of Voermol Ss200 includes feed additives. So it contains ionivores, antibiotics. Now the main benefits there is related to coccidiosis, so it protects against coccidiosis. It prevents acidosis, which usually occurs on high energy diets, such as a creep feed or feedlot rations. And then it also increases energy usage of the feed by up to 16%, which is quite a lot. And then it also improves the average daily gain and feed conversion rate of the lamb from between 10 to 15%. It also includes anionic salts, and the main purpose there is to prevent bladder stones in male animals, especially on high maize diets where there's a lot of phosphorus in the diet. If we look at Footable Procon 33, also registered with the Animal Feed Act as a protein concentrate for ruminants with the registration V12701, and it's currently the only 4-in-1 HPC on the market. So that's a high protein concentrate. It contains 33% total protein, of which 0% is derived from NPN sources. That's your non-protein nitrogen sources such as urea. It contains at least 3 natural protein sources, that's your oil cakes, and it's got a high component of quality bypass protein. It's loaded with macro and micronutrients such as minerals. It's loaded with vitamin A and E. Vitamin A is also, just rephrasing, it's important for low roughages, and also vitamin E is important for the immune system. It's an antioxidant, so it's very important for young animals. And then it contains a good energy component, so it does not dilute the energy in a complete feed at the end of the day. To conclude, for more information, please contact myself or Voermol directly. My contact number is 082 33 60626, or send an email to Josef.van Wyngaard @wyngaard.com. Thank you.